All right, welcome to Talking Giants presented by DraftKings. I'm your host, Bobby Skinner, with no co-host today because we did a over an hour-long interview with License Plate Guy. We're going to get straight to that. So Justin didn't he's not here for me to record the intro, so I'm going to say some things that are going to get us in trouble, and Justin can't stop me, and he's not going to see this until late in the night. When it's edited, I'm going to pretend I'm asleep when he texts me. So isn't that right? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to get us I'm not going to get us in trouble. Isn't that right, Martina? But before we get to the interview, awesome interview, by the way. It was a lot of fun. This episode was brought to you by DraftKings. It's playoff time. Big stakes, bigger promotions. DraftKings Sportsbook is putting you courtside with a chance to turn $5 into $200. That's 40-1 odds on any basketball game. All you have to do is pick any team that is still in the hunt for the trophy. And if that team wins, you'll receive $200 in free credits. So don't bet on the Knicks. They're not in the hunt, or the Knicks. They're not in the hunt. Burn. I just want to say this to you, Knicks fans. I am happy you guys lost because now you're talking about your team again. You know, like, let me enjoy it. We know we have less fans. We don't need you commenting on every single post about the Nets. We know we don't have a lot of fans. I just want to win a championship, okay? I've won a championship in NFL, in baseball, and hockey. I've never experienced it in basketball. This is my time. So I got my claws out when it comes to the Nets. I'm sorry. Good looking game too, though. That's right. Pick any team that is still in contention. Bet $5. If that team wins, you cash $200 in free credits. All it takes to claim these 40-1 odds on the basketball team of your choosing is placing a $5 bet on that team and that team to win. Don't forget, DraftKings Sportsbook also offers great odds and promotions on baseball, hockey, and so much more all weekend long. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. You can deposit and withdraw your funds at your convenience. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code JOHNBOY when you sign up to turn $5 into $200 in free credits. Bet on the basketball team of your choice to win their next game, and if they do, you can claim $200 in free credits. That's promo code JOHNBOY for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, New Jersey, Indiana, or Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Wagers paid out on site credits. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or in Indiana, 1-800-9 with it. And here is LPG.
Gotta be the promo right there because that's the best.
Let it roll. Let it roll. Are we live?
We're live.
All right. We now welcome on License Plate Guy. Third time on the regular show, so he's a recurring guest. LPG. My first question is, I was getting my coffee and thinking of some questions to ask you. Do you ever get tweets harassing you, calling you like little pecker guy, and then on the opposite end you get like large, like long pecker guy? I'm gonna try and get you fired from your job in this interview. Is basically what I'm saying.
This is what you think of when you're getting your morning coffee?
Yes, it is. That's when my mind is just rolling. Like, I just had like LPG, and I was like, you know what? I could think of some funny acronyms, I think is what it is. Acronyms?
Yeah, that's it.
No, that's correct. Bobby, very impressive.
It's acronyms and synonyms. No, I just screwed it up. Always screw me up.
Synonyms totally work.
What's going on, man?
What's happening? You know what? It's funny when LPG, when License Plate Guy first, whatever on social media, of course you get a whole bunch of crap, but the best was like License Plate Guy. Yeah, how original. And I'm like, well, I mean, I wear license plates. I wear license plates. What do you want? I mean, it might be stupid, but that's what it is.
What do you mean, how original? Is there other license plate guys that we don't know of? Like, you're literally, I've never even like you. That actually is very original. I don't know what that person chirping you is talking about.
It's funny you say that. You know how many times when I first was at least being recognized or having some kind of a following, that I started seeing plates all over. Like the Arizona guy used to have one, another Oakland had one, and the New York Jet guy now has one, and plates became a thing. I'm taking that and running with that. I was wearing plates in the 80s. I'm taking it.
Everyone has plates, but you're the guy. So
I'm the guy. I'm the little pecker guy.
We're clipping that. I clipped Justin saying something the other day.
I'm sure you are.
Especially now that you're a blue checkmark scumbag.
Yes. And you know what's funny about the blue checkmark scumbag? It's just a matter of time before you, Justin, Talking Giants, everybody comes blue checks, and then you're going to promote that as, hey, we're such scumbags. Follow us. We already got a blue check mark. So it's very good on your part.
So I already know whenever I get mine, because I will get offered it eventually.
Correct.
People in John Boy Media have already gotten it, so I know eventually I'll get it, and I know it's gonna piss off John Boy and them because it does help you. But I'm literally gonna get it. I'm gonna delete it within. I'm gonna post about it. Like I already have it planned out. Whenever I get it, I'm gonna post like, look, I got a blue check mark, and then within an hour, I'm gonna get rid of the blue check mark off my profile, and do like a I'm back type of thing.
You're right.
Because here's the thing with the blue check mark, that's when people start like dunking on you in fan bases. Without the blue check mark, I'm just a Twitter account.
I'm calling your bluff on that one.
Do it.
I'm saying that you're going to definitely stay the course of look at this bougie bullshit I got, but you're not going to do a damn thing about it, and you're going to run with it. So I'm calling bullshit.
I'll remember this clip for whenever it does happen. Here's the thing. Here's the other thing besides just being a man of the people is I'm scared of the blue check. Once you get a blue check, you can't make jokes anymore because then you get people like quote tweet. That's what happens when you make a joke, and then 24 hours later it's like 973 quote tweets, 800 replies, and 7 likes because I made some stupid joke that I usually.
Right, but that's why you get that blue check mark. So people that want that humor that you reach now, more people will get that. I don't know. I disagree with that. Look, I don't even know how I got it. And someone said, hey, nice blue check mark. And I said, oh yeah, I've had it for a while on Instagram. It's pretty cool. And they're like, no, on Twitter. And I'm like, I don't have one yet. And they're like, well, maybe you should look. And I that's how it broke to me that I even had one. But again, I think not that the quality or the quantity or anything else or the information I put out, because I don't do what you guys do, but I think it had more to do with there was fake accounts, license plate guy accounts out there. There was license plate girl. There was little pecker guy. There was a whole bunch of other LPGs posting my pictures of me at games. So I think it also boils down to they want to make sure that the person that is license plate guy is license plate guy.
Yeah, Bobby, we did have a problem at one point with our what do you call it accounts?
Parody accounts.
Parody accounts. We had a problem at one point of people thinking that they were us. So
well, that was my fault because I gave Afro Skinner like a picture of me with an afro, and that was my fault. Yeah. So I told Afro Skinner, I was like, hey, I know I gave you the picture, but we got to go back to a picture of not me because everyone, including you, were getting confused at who it
Joe
was.
fell for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Justin, you Bobby, you told him that story.
I was falling for it. I was like,
did I tweet this?
Did I tell you that, Justin, or not?
Yeah, no, I got it.
Yeah, I mean, Bobby and I were talking, and I'm like, yeah, just like your other account or something. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, wait, that's not you. I've been talking to you on DM for like a week. That's a true story.
I love Afro Skinner. He's still around. He changed the name because it was getting confusing. He's a A1 day one.
I have no idea who he is now.
He's that guy. I don't know if he wants his real name out there. So
No. I'm so I don't care about his real name. I like, who is he on Twitter now if he's not Afro Skinner?
It's
always a Giant Fan podcast.
I don't know the exact @, but I'll give him some love on when we put the episode out. Is what I'll
definitely.
I love it.
So hey, hold on a second.
Hold on.
What time is it?
I don't know what this joke is.
No. Did the Giants sign a running back or tight end?
No, they didn't. Or they could sign a mix of Kelvin Benjamin. Kelvin Benjamin is exciting. He's the most exciting camp body we've had in a long time.
I don't know. I honestly don't know why people weren't showing. They didn't have to show love, but don't show hate to it. I think actually he's going to ball out. If he makes his squad, and I know they signed him, but if he makes his squad, I think he's going to do fine.
You know what's
his issue is not that he was once a good first round pick who got bad. He became a meme too because he got so big, and Booger McFarland with the Popeyes, biscuit joke. Kelvin Benjamin became a meme where it was like there's guys who bust out all the time or start well and start Kelvin Benjamin's issue is like is just that he became like a joke for the NFL.
Well, Kelvin Benjamin busted out in multiple ways, once on the football field and then out of his jersey. But what's really unfortunate is that I had a tweet the morning of Joe Webb getting cut. I'm like, I'm so excited for like fourth quarter, late August football where it's
Joe Webb.
it's 2014 Carolina Panthers of Joe Webb is thrown to Kelvin Benjamin and then Joe Webb gets cut. So
look, we didn't sign for Eddie. We didn't sign Lacey. We signed Benjamin. I think he's going to be just fine.
Well, that's who's next. You just talked about who's next.
Yes. So look, let me ask you guys a question. I never thought that I would be asking this, even though I've seen it on Twitter a million times, but is Evan Ingram in trouble here?
If he is, I don't think it's because of Kelvin Benjamin. I think it would be because of Kyle Rudolph. Like, I was holding out that he would possibly get traded up until the draft was over.
Yeah.
Because like here's the thing we talked about with it is you have Evan Ingram on the roster. Evan Ingram's not a guy that you cut. He's not. You have Caden Smith, who they played 50% of the snaps last year. And then Levine Toilolo, they could have cut him totally free, zero dead cap, and they restructured it, which at the time people got mad about that. At the time, I was like, this is a good move. They use him. But then when you get Kyle Rudolph, it's like, okay, what do you need 4 guys for? And then Benjamin, I don't think they're going to like, here, play tight end, block. I think it's more like you're going to just be big and catch if you even make the team.
If he makes the squad. I'm just saying like they're paying so much attention, to that. I was just, I didn't believe any of the rumors. I do believe you don't give up on that, even though, year in and year out, you're still seeing the same unfortunate mistakes from him. But I never thought it was going to be an option until they keep looking at tight ends. And then I flipped the script on myself and I said, well, that can't be the case because, with the running backs that they're signing, it's not like they don't know that Saquon Barkley is their, RB1. So I don't know. I really want to know what their game plan is. And yes, you could have depth up the yin yang. Depth is great on any position.
Yeah, and I think with running backs, it's just like they signed Devontae Booker. He's the number 2. It's like, let's just bring in a bunch of guys and see who our number 3 is. I know they drafted Brightwell.
I think Brightwell's good.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of his.
I think he's good. Remember you and I, we spoke about some running backs, but we were on the same page, or you wanted a different wide receiver. This is the first time I'm talking to you since the draft. Remember how high I was on Tony? I really thought I thought Tony was the number 1 receiver outside of the big 3. And I didn't really love Devontae Smith. Right. I just thought he was small. And I don't care. You come at me all you want. Not you guys. Anybody. I just think he's going to be in the blue tent, and he's not even going to play versus the Giants. But Kadarius Toney, to me, was my number 1 on my list. I think he's so freaking good with 1 cleat or 2.
So I watched him. I did the whole thing on him. I didn't even really think of him, though, for the Giants because, 1, we were at 11. So,
Correct.
we hadn't traded down at the time. And he's just such a unique player where I was like, that just doesn't fit with what the Giants are doing. So you mentioned, like, what gets me excited about the offense is not just like, oh, we're going to change, we're going to be different. It's like, well, now they've got some of the pieces to actually do that. Yeah. Like as much as people, including myself, aren't fans of Jason Garrett, he's not an idiot. Like when we all say they got to use Kadarius Toney in the right way, Jason Garrett's not like, oh, what? Like, I thought he just lines up a wide receiver, like he's not an idiot. So like, I feel like that is the exciting part. It's like, oh, they're actually going to try and do some new stuff. So I'm excited for Toney, man.
I'm really, it's going to sound funny, but I'm more excited for special teams.
Yeah.
See, I'm a big anti-special teams guy. I don't care about special teams. I know Joe Judge loves it. But like in the Joe Judge report, I skip over the special teams segment. I don't pay any attention to special teams.
Well, I'm also an analytics guy, so I just hate punting or field goals in general.
All right, so both of you, so it's just so important because it's kind of the battle of field position, and I believe the Giants going to win that battle this year. And they haven't done something like that in years. So I mean, think about Toney getting us 20 yards, 25 yards, 30 yards a clip, or, I don't know. I'm really excited.
Oh, as a punt return, I want him to return punts.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about kick returner. People say he doesn't return. Like, as a punt returner, I want him back. Like, he's the perfect punt return player. And I
Yeah.
think he
I'm
should do
sorry. I'm
kicks
sorry.
too.
I'm sorry to both of you. When I was talking that, I only had punt returner in my head.
Yeah, just special teams. It's like I get bored with special teams. I know they're important. I get they're important. I just
Well,
get bored with
here's a
them.
positive spin. Here's a positive spin. You know, the worst weakness the Giants defense had last year was getting off the field on third down, right? You know, the whole
Yeah.
bend but
Yeah.
don't break. And I'm glad everybody we're on the same wavelength about if there's an area the Giants defense can improve, it's their ability to get off on third down. Giants get off the field on third down a lot more this year. They improve as a defensive unit.
Yeah.
That should be the expectation. And then you have Kadarius Toney returning punts, hopefully, and then we have a average starting field position of like the 35, maybe even like 37, 40-yard line, which that's not, I look
My
at those
God,
numbers on Football Outsiders. That's not like
that would
out of the
be
realm of
amazing.
possibility. Yeah.
That would be if that's in the realm of possibility, which it is, Justin. I'm just tired of being pinned in, tired of it.
Yeah.
And then the 3 and outs and them getting the ball back on their 40. I'm just tired of that. It's just disgusting football. And although it's boring, it's the game. And now you're just battling field position instead of concentrating on freaking your plays. I don't know, it sucks.
He's an exciting player, man. I can't wait to see what his role is. And it's like there's no clear path to where he's going to play. Like Shepard's still on this team. Slayton, like he doesn't play outside. So like I'm excited to see what he does, how he's used, and I think like you mentioned, returns. Give him let him do a million things. Put him and Saquon on opposite sides of Daniel Jones and just confuse teams before the snap. Like he's a very exciting player. Where if you use them right, you can look at this and we're like, wow, what a genius pick. But if you use them the wrong way, you can look at it and like, wow, they really screwed this one up.
And then it goes back to what you said about JG. Is he sitting there going, which I agree he's not. And I just, like you said, I want Toney getting the ball on a quick drop from Jones, hit him behind the line of scrimmage, hit him right over the line of scrimmage, and just let him do his work. I mean, I can't wait for both of you to put these ridiculous numbers out of yards, the yak of Kadarius Toney. I can't wait for that. He's got 7 catches from 3 yards or less for 280 yards. Yeah. I think it's going to be amazing.
Give Daniel Jones some easy yards. I feel like that man's never had an easy yard in his life besides like a couple from his rookie years. Like he's never just like, wow, look at this, 5-yard throw that turned into like 50 yards. He never gets that.
No, I'm glad you brought up Jones. I've been jonesing to talk about this, but can you guys say enough about what the Giants did in this draft? I am so freaking happy. I don't know why anybody didn't like what they did. They literally fleeced another team, took another one from the Dolphins, put themselves in a position that, and I know all of us believe in Daniel Jones. I believe he's going to be the franchise quarterback. And if he's freaking not, then you have another number one, and package that with a number 1 from 22, and you go wherever you want in the draft. You have so many options. It's ridiculous. I don't know anybody would be upset at that.
Yeah, they kind of perfectly meshed. What they did in free agency was like, hey, we got to rock and roll kind of right now. We got to figure out if this core group of guys, especially on the offensive side of the ball, the last 3 first picks taken in the draft, going back to Barkley, Jones, and then even AT, we got to find out if these guys are it. They did that in free agency in terms of supporting them and then building for the future as well. So it was just a perfect mesh of like, how do we go right now? And then also, how do we build up the assets to even get better or even just build for the future overall? So yeah, you're totally right on that.
I was tweeting, it's tough when you get a quarterback, and he might not work out for your team, to be a homer or to be, looking at the glass half full. It's almost like when people wanted to get rid of Manning, it's like, well, you're not going to get rid of Manning because you don't have a replacement. So suck it up, shut your mouth, and rock with it until the wheels fall off. Not saying Geno Smith or any of those guys is just dumb at the time, but you just didn't have a replacement. And I thought, going back before the draft, the Giants were in the same position with Daniel Jones. I want to believe he's the guy. I do believe he's the guy. And it didn't matter because he is the guy for the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years in my brain. And then the draft happened. And then you could literally say, yeah, he's the guy. But, and you could never say that before. Now you can. And if the rumors were true that Gettleman was the one who reached out to the Bears, then this freaking guy hit a home run. A home run.
Yeah, and I want to hear about, speaking of just trading down, how did the draft party react? Because you were there, and I'm sure a lot of people wanted Devonta Smith, a lot of people wanted Micah Parsons, so I'm sure a lot of people were confused. So tell us kind of like that overall reaction that your draft party had about trading down and maybe not getting the guy that everybody wanted.
So thanks for that, and I wish you guys could have made it. It was really a lot of fun. I mean, we had 300 people. We tried to keep it under 300 because even though we were allowed 500 or something, it was good. It was 300. We had 12, former Giants. Darnay Holmes had a great, time. It was just a lot of fun to be with everybody. But when Parsons left, of course, all the Parsons fans and the defensive fans, they were upset, and that's okay because he's a great player. And if the Giants picked him at 11, I would have been damn happy about it. But he was off the board, and then this trade happens, and yeah, people were shocked because, come on, man, that doesn't really happen. The Eagles and the Cowboys just goes to show you how much the Eagles really wanted to jump over the Giants, number one, and take Smith, number two, in that order, probably. So there was a lot of anger and yelling and cursing, on the atrium floor when that happened. But that's also a sign of a good football team that had draft capital to do that. Yeah, we don't care. Take this and this because we got plenty of draft picks, which is something the Giants could never do until now. So the reaction was pretty. It was bad. They didn't like it. But let's wait and see what happens at 11. And then when 11 happens, I think, again, the fan base erupts in anger. But it was like, wait, let's see what's going on. And then it was like, I want to trade back. I never wanted to pick. I just wanted to trade back 500 times. I never wanted to pick anybody after that. Just go ahead. Give me another draft pick. Give me another draft pick. It didn't matter to me after that. But in the end, you got to let your team go. You got to trust the brain trust. And they came away with an unbelievable player and all these draft picks. So I think it was great.
And with, you mentioned, I've always been, people like, oh, blame the, give Judge the credit for the good stuff Gettleman does, or on the other side, it's like, well, it wasn't Dave Gettleman, it was John Mara. I've always been like, hey, Dave Gettleman's the general manager. I'm giving him credit for the good stuff, and I'm blaming him for the bad. Like, the moves. Like that's what I've always done. But with the draft part, I do want to say on a serious note, congratulations, because you hadn't done any events since COVID had started. It took away your softball game 2 years in a row, and I know you've done a lot of stuff to try and make up for that. But every single person I talked to that went made me jealous that I wasn't there, because they all said they had a great time. So I do want to say congratulations on that.
Thank you for that. And we raised $5,000 for charity, so that was big. $5,000, big number.
So we literally turned we were able to make a whole Bleeding Blue episode after Snacks went there, of the stories and the stories that he got from the players that he met there. We turned it into a whole episode. So congratulations on an awesome event.
Thank you. It's funny because I saw him and his crew, and I was like, all right, just stay right here and have fun. And then I literally sent the players, his way. They found a nice niche. And look, when you're an intelligent football fan, like you guys, like Snacks, and you know what you're talking about.
Don't give him that credit, please.
and you've built friendships via social media or not. It's pretty cool when you're chatting about some of the stuff that you chatted about on DM with those players. That's why it was a really cool night. So thank you both for that.
For sure. Now, you did it with Darnay, and you obviously did a lot of other stuff with Darnay, and we had him on, and I'm pretty sure you told him to come on, so thank you for that again. Let me ask you this. How does he feel with Aaron Robinson? Because Darnay had an awesome rookie year. He's one of the, we feel good about him. He played well at a position that rookies usually struggle at. And then they trade up to get a corner for that same. Like, how is he feeling right now? Because I would, you compete, you got to compete every day. But if I was Darnay Holmes, I'd be like, damn, like, really? Like, that's who you guys traded up for? I would be kind of like a little bothered, not bothered to where I'm like mad at the team, but I would be like, all right, that's how it is. Let's see who wins this.
He's taking, so I talked to him when it happened, literally when it happened. And he took a very New York Giants approach to it. And it's like, oh, that's great depth. This is phenomenal. As whoever, great to have in our position. Number one, welcome to the family. And then I waited a few days and gave him a call and said, hey, do you remember when you said this, and this? Like, you still feel that way? Because I'm sure your friends or family or close ones said, hey, what the hell? Why'd the Giants do that? So, but he stayed the course. And he still is like, to Darnay, who's such a good kid, he was just like, that's just going to make me grind more. So, he's working out harder and this and that. And to be honest with you, you take a look at the way Robinson looks. He looks like a big freaking baller.
They played they played different ways too. It's not like they're just like, oh, they both played nickel corner. Like, they both played different types of football. I do think Darnay will win it, at least year one. We'll see. But it's cool that he is handling that well, because I wouldn't handle that. Like, if that thing happened to me, I would not handle that well. I would be like, now obviously I wouldn't be like demand a trade, but I would be pissed. I would be pissed off, but at the same time, it probably makes them work harder too. So
let me ask you something, Bobby. I know that the talent level is completely different, but what if you're Saquon Barkley and the Giants are getting 3 running backs? I'm just saying, the talent pool is completely different there. But is Saquon like, hey, what the hell? I'm busting my ass here. I'm ready to rock and roll. I worked out every single day to get better, and you guys just keep getting people behind me. Why didn't you just stick with 22 behind me, and that would have been it? So what's the difference?
If they had drafted one in the second round, I would feel that way.
Yeah.
And also, Saquon is just so clear-cut better than everybody else, too. It's just like they could have drafted Travis Etienne, and I don't think we would have even argued who's going to win that job between him and Saquon.
That's a very
but also
valid
it probably would bother him too, which it should. Like, that's the way athletes' minds should work,
Also, it's a volume thing too, because corner, you can have 10 really damn good reps in a row. And then the one time that you're picked on, it'll be, then guess what? You're the talk of the town that week. Or, you can get especially if there's going to be a split between Robinson and Holmes this year. I really do think, especially on the defensive side of the ball, whether it be pass rusher or whether it be in the secondary, getting those reps in there and being fresh and, getting to know the guy across from you, I think that's a pretty valuable thing. And if you get burned on that one play, it's like, damn, like it's a bad look,
I agree with you. Hey, what's Robinson's speed? Do we know?
I don't believe any of the numbers, but he's not like a burner or nothing.
No. He looks like a hitter.
He is, dude. He plays he is very aggressive, like handsy, where Darnay's not that way. He's very technical.
Yes, I see Darnay breaking up the pass. I see Robinson breaking it up by hitting you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So it's if I were him, I would be mad too. So I was just I'm intrigued on how he feels. Now I do think Darnay wins it in camp, but it's going to be interesting.
I mean, look, we've become pretty close. I don't think that close. I don't think he's telling me what he's telling his brother.
No, and he that's
it's funny because when you start becoming closer to a player or them telling you some things, that trust. I mean, you guys are friendly with Nasty Nate. You know what the deal is. When it becomes this friendship, you really there's got to be trust on both sides. Like, hey, I'm telling you that XYZ is happening. The first time it's tweeted or told to someone else and it gets back to them, you're never to be trusted again. So it's something that you have to keep in house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of kind of like making friends and making connections and whatnot, you kind of helped us make that connection with Darnay Holmes. So thank you for that. That was kind of cool.
No doubt.
We just interviewed Nick Gates, so he's a friend of the program too. So I want to know, you know us well. We know you well. You know us well. Which like current or old Giant do you feel like we got to make a connection with, and you feel like would get our vibe? We would get his vibe. He would get our vibe, and we would have like overall just kind of a good time with. Who do you think?
I love that you asked that, because you've already gotten two who I would have said right off the top, and that's Soybert and Tolson.
Yeah. Those are our guys.
The two that isn't right. Or just laugh, because that's all you could do. Those guys are like home runs every time you talk to them. And at this point in my life, I don't even care if I ever, they didn't even play football. I just like them as people. I promised Justin, I promised you and Snacks, I would hook you up with Jacobs. And I still think this connection right here would be unbelievable too, because the stories that come out of that guy's mouth, it is stupid. I mean, he literally runs the show. He runs the show. Every time I ever hung out with the guy, when he was playing to when we went away on vacation with players, he's the center of attention. And he's really good at it and can hold the freaking, can hold the story, the microphone, whatever for hours.
Whenever we talk to him, I want it to be in person, because I really think that would make a difference, where it's like, okay, I actually interviewed him way back. I
think you told me that.
And well, he was, he had his kids team. It was like the Atlanta Giants or whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
And they were looking for help. And I was like, hey, I'll venue $20, and $50 if you do an interview. So we did an interview.
He probably said,
I was so nervous because he's one of my favorite players. I wanted to ask him, the question I wanted to ask that I didn't ask was being like, man, what was going through your mind as there's a Colts fan fighting for your helmet in the stands and not wanting to give it back?
Hold on a second. Where oh man. I have a picture. So I'm at the game, right? I'm behind the Giants bench, and Brandon don't know what happened, whether it was on the field, something on the field. He comes off and gets chewed out a little bit, comes over to the bench and goes like literally went to smash his helmet on the bench. The face mask gets caught in his glove. Bobby, I see it's 10 feet from me. I'm looking at, and he's my good friend. So I'm watching him the entire time. He misses the bench and it goes right over my head. I have a picture hanging here somewhere of me and like this, like you got to be kidding me. It's literally two rows from me. And you're right. Some lady's not giving it back.
No, it was right? Like in the end of the game. I remember being like, if that's me, it's like, kick me out. I'm taking this helmet with me.
I mean, look, I wanted it thrown to me. I would have given it back like a jerk. But here's the this is funny to me. I don't know about you guys, but I was sitting next to a couple, nice, maybe 50s, 60s, couple, just nice people from Indianapolis. And they're telling me, who's your favorite player and this and that. And I'm Brandon Jacobs. Oh, we really like Brandon Jacobs. He's a good dude. Good football player, this and that. Helmet goes to the stands. Guy turns and goes, he's such a douche. I'm like, what? You just said he was a shut up. So it was a nightmare after you threw that helmet in. I mean, a nightmare. They didn't want to give it back. I have a picture of the lady. She was like, I'm not giving it back. And then, of course, the yellow coats came down and got it back.
The stupid thing I just imagine that lady like swinging the helmet, like, I'm not.
Can you imagine Tom Coughlin? What do you mean they won't give your helmet back? What do you mean? Like, coach, they just won't give it back.
Trust me, Coughlin was more mad at Jacobs for that thing winding up in the stands, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jacobs. He was probably trying to keep it on the down. When like Jacobs is a big I don't give a damn type of guy. I guarantee you, as soon as that happened, for a man that probably doesn't have his heart sink a lot, his heart
Yeah.
probably sunk like,
Yep.
oh,
I totally agree.
bad. That was a really bad decision.
But Justin, getting back to that, I would like to see you guys get close with Tuck. I think he would love your style, both of you, your knowledge. He's into that. He's a very cerebral guy. And Bobby would have to just brush up on his numbers, because I know he gets those wrong with like gate and stuff. But
I probably would, honestly. I forgot. Oh, I thought you said like with 8. Yeah, I couldn't. That I can't believe I screwed that up.
You'd say Tuck, when you were playing, 44, and he'd be like, no, that's college. But anyway,
I didn't know that was his college number, so you just told me something.
You guys would really hit it off with that. But I'm gonna ask you guys. I want you to do something for me. I have a different idea for you guys, and we'll announce it. I'll announce it right here. Maybe you could run with something like this. You ready?
Yes.
Ready.
All right. I want you guys to start talking with Brandon Jacobs and his son. Now, Braden is going to make it to the pros.
He's big.
He's a big boy. I've known him since he was born. And right about now is the time he's starting to receive letters. So maybe you guys could take a different approach to your show and start following someone like him, or doing a monthly or every 2 months or every 3 months, something where you're leading all the way up to it. And by the time you're done and he gets picked, you've had 3 years worth of content.
Would he like that? Because like Sawyer's son, like I know he's got a son who plays football, Hunter. I don't know how, I don't know how good he is, but I've always been like,
he's good. But Braden is already on the path. He's already known by the college coaches.
Right.
He's on the path of being a top-rated tackle. So don't you think, like I was saying to myself, I'm not into that stuff.
I would love to if they're comfortable with it, but I always kids are weird. It's like you want to be careful with,
I actually have on a related note. I just found out this week that Thomas McGahee's son is going to St. Peter's Prep, where I work.
And McGahee's another freaking fantastic dude. I mean, he's a great dude. But getting back to that, great point about talking to a kid, but you wouldn't be talking to him X's and O's. He doesn't want to talk about that. Right. How is school? Like, what do your parents say when you get these letters? Like, are they keeping you, or do you think you're going, here and they want you to go here, or talk to him as a family? Like, Brandon, what's this dude doing? What do you got him? You got him in the weight room every day, which he does. So I just think it would be great content. And then you sell it to HBO and you make millions.
Sounds, you know what? Senior year, before he makes his decision, we'll talk with him and we'll try and convince him to go, wherever. Maybe we'll make a connection with a college coach and we'll try and convince him to go there.
I'll tell you what, keep that, under your hat. Not under your hat, because everybody's going to know now that we talk about it. Keep that to yourselves. I'll hook you up with Jacobs to do one of these, and you ask him about it when you're talking to him.
All right, we'll definitely talk with him. Now I do want to do in person, but I would do it over. I'm talking trash at this point. So we're talking in person. Are you sad that you have to start going to all the games again, or are you excited?
Sad.
So I'm not gonna lie, man. I got to 5 games last year, which was a ton, but I did like watching it on TV. I did a lot, and I liked watching it, turning it off, and going to bed instead of getting ready to go to the airport, taking a red eye, and going to school about an hour until I land. So, I have an awesome time with Giants Nation on the road. It's a lot of fun. I meet a ton of people, but man, I really did like it. That was my first time missing games in 20 years. So even though I got to 5, this year will be my 21st with an asterisk. I don't know. I might take a different approach when this ends. I got to save a little money last year. I haven't done that in a long time. So it's, A little bit of both. I'm excited. I'm excited to see the players. I'm excited to listen. You guys know I sit so close, so listening to, the X's and O's and the blocking assignments, I hear those things. Like I know what they're doing. It's pretty cool. So
And this
I'm
seems to
excited
be a
get
lot
back.
more this seems to be a lot more of an animated coaching staff and like active, not to give any shots at the previous coaching staffs, but active coaching staffs compared to the previous two.
Well, that's what happens when you have a coach for every player.
Yeah, literally.
For real. What are we gonna do in Tampa? I always say Tampa brings the worst out in people, so I want to see license plate guy at his worst. That's what I want to see.
Time out. Does Tampa bring the worst out, or does Mons Venus bring the worst out? I mean, let's keep it real.
I'm already. Never mind. But oh man, I got some Tampa stories that I'll tell you when we're over. But it's like, how did this last 10 minutes happen? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So
I really enjoy Tampa. I make myself, I make it a nice weekend. And then at the end, I make myself a bet that stupid pirate chip isn't going to scare me, and it does every time.
Oh yeah, every time. I'm a very I'm a very like jumpy person. Like I'm a flincher. Like that might be the softest thing about me is I flinch. Like you can like that Kobe, like the Matt Barnes, Kobe Bryant. Like I'm flinching every time. Sorry.
Oh man, that's going.
But luckily it's Monday Night Football, which I'm excited about because that means we get to I spend the Sunday in Tampa, and then all day Monday, and then it's go to the game.
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like are Monday night games away, because I can't get home not only Monday night because it ends at midnight. I got to wait until the plane leaves on Tuesday, and I miss work on both days.
Yeah.
So it doesn't, even though my school already knows how effed up I am, it's just not a good look. And I try very hard not to miss any work. If I'm on my deathbed, I'm still going to work because I know I'm going to miss days when football season comes around. So I'm literally, so I get the schedule maybe 24 hours before it's announced, right?
I got the preseason schedule though, and I broke that. Nobody cared.
Sweet. You are blue check this guy.
Nobody cared.
So I get the schedule, and my friend really gives it to me because I book all my travel, and I want to get it before everybody else jumps on it or whatever. So I literally spend 24 hours booking my travel, and these games are, I'm excited for the Chargers away, and then I think so the 26th I'm driving to Philly. I'm getting on a plane after the game to Aruba. I'm spending the rest of after Christmas break in Aruba. I get on a plane January 1st after celebrating New Year's in Aruba. I land in Chicago on the 1st. I go to the game on the 2nd. I'm back on the 2nd at night, and I have work on the 3rd.
Beautiful. I love it.
Beautiful. Join me. We'll do Talking Giants at Aruba.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah. Speaking of Philly.
Yeah.
I have this theory, and this we're in the month of May, so nothing can go wrong. Everything's going to go right. So you followed the Yankees and Astros type of environment that happened.
Great tweet on your part. Great tweet, Justin.
What about wanting it week 1, and that's
Great
why?
Tweet.
Yeah, all right. So it didn't happen, but I still have this slight think of that and how insane that was, and then maybe 40% of that. That is what I'm expecting when Philadelphia comes rolling in. Now, I have this hope that Giants fans are still going to remember last year, and even though it's a different coach and everything like that, I still have this expectation that Giants fans are going to take that personally. Now,
we won't let them forget, bro. Don't be a dog.
Good. Tell me if I'm being unrealistic. If to really think that we're going to be intense that game, or is MetLife just going to be MetLife?
Let's bring batteries.
We have 1 year, 1 full year of Eagle fans and Giant fans going at it because of Don't Be a Doug. And that we have a lot more months left in it. And when I say a year, I mean a full year, meaning win more than 6 games, eat a dick, and don't put in Sudfeld. Sorry. So we literally are going to go back and forth, and that better fill up the stands. Now, look, the Giants, Justin, Bobby, I pray to God that, but what is it, week 12, right?
I just know it's after Thanksgiving. I'm going up for that one.
Is it week 12?
Yes, because Tampa's week 11 and then Philly's week 12. So yes.
So with that said, guys, Giants fans, that they have PSLs. If the Giants are 3, an 8, 3-9,
Stop.
it'll be Philly fans again in MetLife, filling up all the seats because you sold your tickets for big time money, which it will be because it's Giants Eagles, and Justin will not get what he wants.
Well, we're gonna win, so it doesn't matter.
You better hope to God the freaking Giants are have a decent record and are in the mix because of the fans that will take the easy way out, and that'll piss me off.
I just want to win, man. It's been too long.
Dude,
I want to win week 1. I'm so tired of losing week 1. There's not a worse week to lose, and we lose it every single year. I just give me a week 1 win. So now it sucks we don't get a full week of gloating because we have Thursday night football, but hopefully we can start out 2-0 and then have 10 days.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we're really upset about not being able to gloat for at least 4 days.
Yeah, I mean we'll
I'll take it.
Like people like last year we started at 0-5.
For week 12.
Oh, I know what you're doing.
For week 12, is it this one?
I like that one.
Let's
see the other one. You should just wear the one that says 0 and just be like, I don't care.
I got rid of that.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna 0 class them.
I think 0 class is the way to go because they'd be like, oh well, we won more recently. Well, so yeah, I like the 0 class one.
It's funny because I've had those now, but maybe two years, and we just get blown out, and the Giants' record sucks, and I won't wear it because I look dumb. So it's just been sitting in the closet till there's a time where I could wear it.
I'm excited for it.
Me too.
Anything with E-Rock that you got planned up?
No, but
he did something that made me laugh, so I won't say it. But E-Rock got in my good graces for at least a day.
E-Rock is a good dude. He was the original LPG impersonator. He made some funny videos with a blonde wig and hair in his face, and it was actually pretty funny. And we went at each other pretty hard in the beginning, and then became friends out of it. And I reached out of him out of the blue after he won the Super Bowl, and that's when we raised $10,300 for that Super Bowl 0 jersey. And then they burned it the first week of opening day the next year.
And I think you need one friend in Philly because it's like if you don't have that one guy, it's like it's just all hell will break loose in that stadium.
It still will.
Yeah, that's true.
It's funny. They burned that jersey on opening day the following year, and they invited me, and I'm like, dude, you'll burn me in that jersey. There's no way I'm going there.
They're savages, man. It's unreal.
Savages. But you know what? I will tell you guys one thing, and I'm completely jealous of it, to know the truth. I think we were at $9,400. We wanted to break 10,000. And the Eagles donated $600 to them.
Yeah.
The
Eagles fans, they are very diehard fans. I know now don't get me wrong, we're Giants fans. We're going to give them trash and the 0 class stuff, but like they are a fan base that is like rabid and they don't give up on their team.
No, but Bobby,
they consume. I look at podcast charts, because like let's see where we are.
Yeah.
Eagles ones are always like at the top. It's like even when they're losing, like Eagles fans, they consume the Eagles. They are like from week 0 to week 17, they are into it.
Well, I know one guy that's not doing his podcast anymore.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
let's I don't know if
let's not-
I don't know if he had a podcast.
No, I just think he made videos.
Bobby,
But-
you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, fat boy. But look, I didn't mean, Bobby, when I said the Eagles gave money, the Eagles organization gave the 600.
Oh wow.
The Eagles
pretty cool.
organization gave him $600. The Giants would never do something like that in a trillion years. They gave him $600. When they said they wanted to burn the jersey in the parking lot, the Eagles got the fire department to make sure it was okay and then sent the truck there.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
The Eagles organization. That made me so jealous.
So we got to burn something when I'm up there. We're gonna try and do some like tailgate thing.
Burn something. E-Rock's coming to my tailgate, so when you guys come up, we'll burn him.
How terrible is the walk to parking lot K for you? Not many people have survived walking near the stadium to parking lot K.
Wait, you took in Philly?
No, at MetLife. The walk to parking lot K.
No, stop it. I'm in G, and it's just all the way out. It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all.
People complain because a lot of people, when they park closer to the stadium, and then they, oh, where are you? Where are you at? I'm in parking lot K. It's like, oh, I'm not coming out there.
Yeah, because I think that's exactly the way they sound too. I think that when you walk around MetLife, you walk around the air conditioner, they just don't want to fan out all the way out, and that's where K is.
Yeah, because I love being by Route 3. I pull out and I'm right on Route 3, and I love it.
Yeah.
Also, if it helps your feet regain the blood flow walking to your car after it's 10 degrees, which it's a painful process, but I love it.
I got so cold when I was at that Eli's last game. I was
That was
sick
not
afterwards.
cold.
I had to wrap myself. I literally went into the hotel and I just totally wrapped myself in a blanket for like an hour and a half because I felt I was so cold. It was sick.
Justin, he's a Floridian, dude.
Oh my god.
It was windy in that game. It's
always windy. It's East Rutherford.
Hey, I just got this one. You like this one?
You hit.
Wait, say something, Joe.
It's split.
Northern Illinois, Dakota. Oh, God, how did I not get that one? Northern Illinois. Where's the Dakota from?
It's split. He actually had two of them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you have to look that up.
So that was Galladay. Yeah, cool.
How's he doing? Have you talked to him recently?
Only I talked to him once right after the Giants signed him, and then one other time about 2 weeks ago. And he's a very monotone dude. You'll start to see his interviews. He's just laid back, just wants to play football and doesn't really care about a lot of other things. He's not a partier. He was not going to the city. He's good. He's good.
The rest of the team is, man, they're like a college team, man. They are together all the time, this team right now. I love it. I love seeing and maybe it has to do with being a younger team, but you know what? They got some vets on the team too. Like they are really a tight knit group right now.
I like the Logan Ryan and all the D-backs. I like the line and Jones hanging out all the time.
Yeah.
And that's all the time. So yeah, I agree with you. I like the way that they handle themselves when it comes to that.
It's crazy how we just almost by accident ran into Logan Ryan late. And I know there was probably some interest during free agency and stuff like that, but it honestly just felt like Logan Ryan was a spur of the moment type of signing. McKinney goes down. We don't bring in McKinney. We don't bring in Ryan without McKinney going down. Yet this
Agreed.
is I absolutely love Logan Ryan. Probably more for just who he is as a guy and who he is as a teammate off the field than on the field. And really, and I usually don't like to those kind of storylines. It's like, I'm kind of just like a fan. I want to see you play. But really, he is like the one exception where it's like, I freaking love you because you can feel like how he's like a gel for this team.
Yeah,
Which is awesome.
He's gonna be he's probably gonna be a captain, I would
Oh,
assume.
I would be surprised if he's not.
If he's not, right, me too. I agree.
Speaking of what are you wearing?
Oh man, who is this Jobby?
It looks like
You
a
know
field
by
goal
that.
kicker holder.
You should know by that.
28. Is that Felix Jones? No, that was Arkansas. Wow, I really even screwed up that dumb joke. The Joe Judge jersey. I love it, man.
Joe Judge's first win. You know,
Let's see the patch. Let's see the patch.
I was coming on with you guys. I didn't know if I should wear my Shermer or my Judge, but I went with this one.
That's beautiful. That is a great photo. That was training camp was very fun last year, and that's the patch I was talking about. That is like a cool picture, but it's also like that dude had 3 football players just on his shoulders, like no big deal.
You
like
know
that's
what? That doesn't get it. That photo doesn't get enough play. You're right.
A lot of strong people can do the totem pole. Like
yes,
it's it's not like I've done the totem pole. I'm a big dude, but it was always smaller guys. He not only had 3 football players, he had one on this shoulder, one on this. Like that's way like harder than just a totem
Stop
pole.
it! I do like 3 or 4 of my nieces and nephews. They're like 2 and 3.
Oh yeah, I'm still like that's where I show off my strength is against little kids too. Like I'll again and my height. I'll put them on the roof and stuff, and like all right, I'll see you later, and then let them cry for 5 seconds, and then
Those Floridians. Dude, is pickleball big where you are?
No, but I meant to ask you, what's your deal with pickleball? I've been seeing you post about it nonstop for like the last 2 weeks.
All right, look.
I don't even know what it is really.
I'm sure I'm gonna get beat up for this, but because it should be well known. I brought pickleball to my school maybe, I don't know, 15 years ago, and it never took off. But pickleball's been around since like the 60s, bro. It's been around. So look, it's ping pong and which is really I'm very good at ping pong and tennis combined. And you take like half a tennis court, turn it around, and that's kind of the size of it. And then you play with a pickleball racket, which is like a paddleball racket and a wiffle ball. And it's super competitive, Bobby. I mean, super competitive. I don't care whether you're 16 or 60. If you're 82 or 12, you're playing, and if it's doubles, it's just extremely competitive. So I started playing. Yeah, baby. I'm telling you, I started playing again. I've always played, but I started playing in tournaments now, which is mind-boggling. I have 1 next weekend, 2 the following weekend. I play a singles and I play doubles and I play mixed doubles. It's incredible.
I just watched 10. I just watched 20 seconds of it, and it really is like ping pong. So now I want to play. Whereas like I played a little like tennis at PE and was horrible at it. But this looks like I could get down a little bit. Not a lot of movement. It's just ping pong skills.
Yep. Challenge me, Bachman.
I saw him post about it too. So
yeah, he reached out. He was like, "Stop it." I'm like, "Stop what? Stop with these videos. I'll crush you." I'm like, it's so on. It's not even funny. I'm like, I'm gonna run your 20-something-year-old ass all over the court. So I can't wait to play him. I really can't. So when he's there's another thing why I freaking hate COVID, because everybody would have been in by now. Yeah. So your boy Nasty Gates, Nasty Nick is plays as well. He just started. So it's me and my partner versus Bachman and Gates.
Maybe Tampa Monday morning we'll sweat out the night before playing a little pickleball.
Done. And
for real, let's do it. We'll make a video out of it and everything. And
when I play Bachman and Gates, I want you guys going live like this and announcing it.
I'm down. Let's get it done. We'll do it.
I'm not joking.
Let's get it done. Do you think Judge will let him do it during training camp though? Because I just don't see that happening. I see.
I think. Hey, that's a great question, by the way. Do you think that we're gonna do absolutely nothing again until the season starts?
I hope not, because training camp is like, we love training camp.
I don't think you're going.
You don't?
Don't say that.
Damn it. That pisses me off. I've been just kind of blindly thinking that's going to happen.
Nope. I think we're still battling even though we're easing restrictions, then you turn around and look at what happened with the Yankees coaching staff. Some of them already have the vaccine, and yet 8 of them got sick. So I really don't know what they're going to do. But although you guys might hate it, on the flip side, I say, look, if I'm able to go to 17 games this year, then by all means, close the door on me until September.
Yeah.
You guys love, just like I do as well, but you guys want to see those battles in training camp. You want to go, you want to see these up and coming players. You want to see the players that you did all that work on in college. So I understand.
It's just a fun, relaxing atmosphere too. Like obviously the practices are intense, but it's like, you don't have like let's win. And like when you're there, it's like, let's just enjoy it. Like the Giants are back. They're practicing. We're around other Giants fans having a good time.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. I have a feeling based off of the reactions of the beat reporters that we got last year, which, Joe, I don't know if you noticed this. The reactions of the guys on the beat where watching Joe Judge's practices, especially if you had guys on the beat. I know Duggan was starting when McAdoo was kind of taking over, so a lot of the people are still relatively new, whether it's latter end Coughlin years or early McAdoo years. They were shocked at how intense the Judge practices were. So that is partially why, this isn't just playing patty cake. And Shepard went on the Oklahoma podcast and he kind of said it himself. And it wasn't even a shot. It's just like, this is true. And, we were at those, I wasn't really at the Coughlin camps, but we were both at those Shermer McAdoo camps, and they just, and I'm saying to myself, is this like Players Association being like, you just can't like practice at like full speed a ton? But I mean, the fact that the beat reporters were like shocked to start the year last year, that's why I really want to get in, just to see what is this guy's vibe and what is this guy's energy like? Because his energy is probably out of this world.
I mean, you knew it with the press conference, and I did see Shep say that last week, which was awesome. That's probably what angers Bobby as well, not being able to see that. So I don't know what they're gonna do. I just want to see some football. I just want to see some good football and like you said, a win in week 1. So I don't know. Again, we're about to find out as we're getting closer and closer. And I don't know. Training camp to me doesn't look like there's going to be fans, but I don't know.
But like you said, just give us a win week 1, give us good football, and if we get that, who freaking cares? So
who cares?
Who cares?
Joe, LPG, do with that little, those 3 letters, whatever you want. You know what? Loving, personable guy. That's what we're calling you. Loving, personable guy. We'll clip. How about we clip that?
I like that.
We appreciate you as always, giving us more time than we deserve. Thanks, man.
Hey, I love it, and keep grinding. You guys are doing great. You're gonna get more and more. You're gonna get more and more popular until that blue check comes, and then you're just a bunch of cocksuckers.
No, and that's why it's going away. You said I'm bluffing. I am not bluffing.
Bluffing.
And I know John Boy Media is going to be pissed off at me, and I'm just like, I don't care. I'm a man of the people. I'm not a man of get this corporate nonsense out of my face.
Hold on. We're not ending on that. A man of the people. A man of the people. Blue check doesn't make you a man of the people. That you're disrespecting me, kind of.
Oh, wow. I know that I am. You are blue check, sellout scum. Bootleg. I just called you a bootlicker last year, so we'll throw that one in there too.
Oh, I appreciate it. I like it.
So yeah, you know what? I just here. I know we're supposed to finish this off.
That blue check ain't gonna change you, bud. You guys.
So you work at a school and you have to deal with rules and stuff. This has been my first year where it's like I've always kind of been like work jobs where it's like, you're cussing out each other, and it's like this was the first year. It's like today we did like a workshop about like editing, and I'm just like blah 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 blah. And I'm
meanwhile, I have 4 post-it notes on my desk full of notes, and you were blah 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 blah. I need to pay attention.
Justin, you don't have ADHD, bro. We have it. The blondes have it. Trust me.
Yeah. So. I was like, you know what? I'm going to write out some envelopes while this goes on. So We appreciate you. Let me get you off the line because I'll end up telling
Hey,
stories for another 30 minutes.
Thanks for everything, man. I really appreciate it. Anytime, I'd love to come on.
Growing up, cereal is one of the best parts of being a kid. Like, they say tricks are for kids, but I'm an adult now. But I had to give it up because I realized it was full of sugar and junk that you really shouldn't eat. And I'm trying to lose weight, people. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm trying to cut down them LBs for training camp. I've been trying to cut down on carbs, sugar, unhealthy foods, and realize I basically can't eat anything anymore. I've been drinking protein shakes, powder for years, but finally found a delicious way to get my protein before and after workouts. We're all trying to eat better, but healthy breakfast just doesn't have to be boring. Magic Spoon has the amazing flavors you love, but without all the bad stuff. 0 grams of sugar, that's kind of nuts. 13 to 14 grams of protein and only 4 net grams of carbs in each serving. Only 140 calories a serving. It's keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, low-carb, and GMO-free. Man, that's just a lot of free right there. 4 flavors are cocoa, fruity, frosted, and peanut butter. At first I kind of like cocoa, but I'm a peanut butter guy. Like I was like, the first one I'm gonna do cocoa because I used to live in cocoa, but peanut butter is really where it's at. We all know that, right? Go to magicspoon.com/giants to grab a variety pack and try it again. And be sure to use our promo code GIANTS at checkout to save $5 off your order. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's back with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money. No questions asked. Remember, get your next delicious bowl of guilt-free cereal at magicspoon.com/giants and use the code GIANTS to save $5 off. Thank you, Magic Spoon, for sponsoring this episode. All right, that's an episode. We'll be back on Friday. We had some leftover mailbag we're going to do. Recap OTAs, all that good stuff. And then, so hope you guys enjoyed the interview. Let us know. Tweet at ourselves, License Plate Guy. Let us know what you thought maybe the best parts were. And we will see you on Friday. Until then, let's go Big Blue.